Help, I'm dead. Randy's trying to kill me. Hi, guys. This is a... This was a plant. It's definitely not my plant. Because if I had a plant, it would be alive. Because I like gardening. Do you like gardening? Do you like growing plants? I do. I think this plant died because it didn't have water. So there's no hope for it. Now, I'm sorry, plant. You're gonna have to... Bye, Matilda. See you later. Alright, back on it. Today I'm going to teach you about gardening. One of my hobbies. I like growing stuff. I like growing plants. And I like especially growing vegetables and hot peppers. So when I eat them, my mouth goes on fire. Woo! And I can eat hotter food than you can. I bet you habanero peppers, done. Awesome. Love them. What hot spicy food can you eat? Do you want to eat hot spicy food in Toronto with me? I'm going to give you some details about how you can do that. But let's get on to the gardening lesson. I've broken down the lesson into tools, nouns, and verbs. Oh, what's this crazy thing? This is a watering can. So it has a big spout. It's called a spout here. Oh yeah, you like that? It has a big spout so you can put water in it and reach the hard to reach flowers. So watering can is very important because flowers and plants really, really need water. If they don't have water, they're going to end up like Matilda, which is dead. So you need to water your plants. The very first tool is called a trowel. Now, oh, that's a really good picture. So a trowel is basically a little shovel that you use in your hand. This doesn't look like a shovel, guys, does it? So a trowel is a kind of gardening tool, and it helps you dig holes or dig out soil, which is earth, in your garden. Or you can dig out weeds. A watering can, like I showed you, was a thing that you can give water to with the plants. A spade is also a kind of shovel. A trowel is a hand shovel, but a spade is much larger. And the cool thing about a spade is that it's pointed at the end, so you can actually dig a hole. You guys may know the name of a shovel. Now, a shovel and a spade are different because a spade is pointed, so you can dig the hole. A shovel, you just move things around with. For example, in Canada, we have a snow shovel because we have a lot of snow. But a spade is actually used to dig holes. Fork. Well, what? What are you eating? Are you eating the plants already? They're not ready. A fork, it looks like a fork, but it's a garden fork. So, or you might know it as a pitchfork. Now, a pitchfork or a garden fork looks like this, and it's good to remove dead plants, oh Matilda, or dead trees that you don't want. I'm gonna try and draw you a better picture of a fork. This is also known, as I said, as like a pitchfork. Pruners. Now, pruners are really, really big scissors that you can use to cut small trees, also known as bushes. They have really long blades, and they've got handles here, so you hold on to them, and you chop the top of your hedges or the top of your bushes. Chop your bush. And shears. Shears are just a really fancy word for scissors. I don't think I can draw scissors. Could someone please give me art lessons? Those look like tongs, but scissors, yeah, good. So shears are just really heavy duty scissors that you can cut lots of really thick plants with. A hose, also known as a garden hose. So, a hose is something like a plastic pipe where water's going to run through, and you're able to put water onto your flowers. So this part is the hose. This would be the head of the hose. And of course, the water would come out here. We usually keep our garden hose spiraled like this. Next word, wheelbarrow. This is fun. I can't draw a wheelbarrow. I'll try. A wheelbarrow has 1 or 2 wheels. And it's basically, oh, this is good. Oh, wow, Ronnie, this is amazing. A wheelbarrow is like a huge shovel on wheels. And you can put really heavy things and wheel it around the garden. This guy's very happy because he's got his wheelbarrow. And the next one, you know this dance? Oh, the lawnmower. So, let's say that you have grass or lawn. You got to mow it. It's called a lawnmower. You can have a gas one, or you can have an electric lawnmower. A lawnmower is a small machine that we use to cut or mow the lawn or cut the grass. Let's go on to some nouns. Plants and flowers. So plants are basically anything that grows, and flowers are beautiful things that come out of them. Our good friend Matilda here was definitely a plant. No, and maybe had a flower or 2 in her day. This is definitely a plant without a flower. So we'll just put Matilda back over here. Good example. Thank you, Matilda. Now, the interesting thing about plants or flowers is there are 2 different kinds of plants or flowers in a big category. One is called annual and the other one is perennial. Do you know the word annual? It means like yearly. So, example are vegetables. I told you I like to grow vegetables. So habanero peppers or jalapeno peppers. I buy one plant. They're going to grow for the season or the year, and then they die. So a perennial, you buy it once, it flowers, it does its magic, and then it dies. A perennial, on the other hand, is a plant that you're going to buy, and it maybe will last 3 years. So it will go through the process of growing, flowering, producing the fruits or producing the vegetables, dying, germinating, which means making seeds, and then going through the life cycle 3 times. So an example of a perennial would be roses. Everyone loves roses. And roses, if you have a rose bush or a rose plant, it will die, but it'll magically come back to life. So that's an example of a perennial. And a pot is the place that we put, if you're an indoor gardener, the flowers. Let's get Matilda again out here. A pot is this brown thing here. This is a pot. Soil, or also known as earth, is the black or the brown stuff that's really dry. It looks like this. And this is really important for the plant. If your soil is really, really, really dry, this is what happens. So we have to be careful that we get really good soil. You're going to get dirty when you garden too. Your pants, you're going to be covered in dirt. And people are going to go, oh, you are gardening. So you're going to get dirty with the soil or the earth. Another word that it's important for gardening is a root. Now, a root is the bottom of the plant. The thing that's important about the root is it must be grounded, or it must be very stable in the soil. So if this is our pot, we would put in the plant, the root would be at the bottom, we'd put in soil here, and it would grow up. How do we get a plant? We have this tiny little thing called seeds, or seed. And what happens is we put the seed in the soil. With our watering can, we give it lots of water and love. And eventually the seed is going to sprout and it's going to grow a plant. But we got to watch out for weeds. Weeds are very, very, very bad plants. Actually, any unwanted plant in your garden is a weed. Most people think of weeds as very specific plants, like, for example, a dandelion. Now, a dandelion is a beautiful yellow flower. It's just a small little flower. It grows in a lot of places. When the dandelion dies, the petals become this beautiful white fluffy cloud. What we did as children is we took the dandelions and we blew them. We blew the dandelions and we would make a wish. A lot of people think dandelions are weeds. Dandelions are flowers too. Maybe you call them lion's teeth if you translate it. But any unwanted plant or flower is actually a weed. What we have to do, because we don't want the weed, is we have to pull out the weeds. So, if this is my rose garden, and this is a dandelion, I'm pulling it out. Stop it! Kill it! Bye, dandelion. Not having any of you. So a weed, we have to pull out the weeds in the garden. Like I said earlier, we have to water the plants. Oh, hold on, Ronnie. You have got a noun of water, and then you've got plants. Check this out. This is my list of verbs. So water is a noun and a verb. So with my watering can, I'm going to verb water the floor. The floor needs to grow. Woo! I'm going to water the plants. If you're using your spade, you're going to dig a hole. Or you can also dig a hole with a trowel. This is your little hand shovel. And what you're going to do is you're going to plant a tree, or you can plant any plant. This is a verb too. You're going to plant a plant. Wow, English is crazy, but you're going to plant a plant. So if I wanted to plant a plant, first of all, I would dig a hole in the soil or in the earth with my spade, or I could use my trowel. Okay. Then I would, after I've grown the seed, so I grow the seed will turn into a plant, and I put the plant in the earth, and it'll grow into a lovely tomato. Yeah, it's going to be a tomato plant. Another problem that we have is if you have a lawn. Now, a lawn means the grass in your yard. In British English, people call the yard a garden. This is different in Canadian and American English. When we talk about a garden, it's a place to grow plants and flowers. But the grassy part is called a lawn or a yard. Both of the names are the same. So you could say mow the lawn, or you could say mow the yard. But this is definitely a lawn mower, not a yard mower. Oh, English craziness again. So if you think of a British person that says gardening, they're probably meaning their whole outside area, whereas we just mean the area that grows plants and flowers. So be careful about that. That might confuse you. So you mow the lawn with your lawnmower, so it looks all green and beautiful. If you like gardening, we have some beautiful gardens you can see in Toronto. Come hang out. We can go see them. Talk to you soon.